Welcome back to Designing Ashes. We're going to jump right into it. PvP and why we fight. As I started outlining this episode, I realized this was too big a topic for just one video. Unless, of course, we want to sit here for an hour listening to me ramble on. If you do, thank you, but I'm willing to bet most of you want something more digestible. Thus, this will be part 1 of a series about PvP and the systems in Ashes, their problems and possible fixes. If you are liking my videos, please hit the sub button, bell, and leave a like. Let's get started with why we fight. I enjoy PvP, and it was one of the reasons I was drawn to Ashes of Creation. There are a lot of different types of PvPers out there. Everything from the Zybex of the world, who just love to fight for the sake of fighting, and more reserved PvPers who only fight when there is a system to make them. I, like most, fall somewhere in between. I like to fight, but also feel the fight is more meaningful when there is a purpose or goal to the fight. By the way, I do not think of mob trainers as PvPers, but more as toxic griefers. There are always exceptions to this. After all, despite what our culture likes to feed us, nuance is important. But why do people like to PvP? Ultimately, I think it comes down to the desire to gain something or defend something. That gain can be as nebulous as feeling good after killing someone's digital character, knowing that you were better in that moment. Or gain can be as straightforward as a point system to gain more abilities. Gain can cover a lot of things, even the right to yell in chat that you are better than X person or guild. Defending can be as equally motivating. The desire to defend your honor, to stop someone from making gold, or destroying what you have built. Ashes does a good job in the soft friction department, setting up situations where people will naturally fight. Some of their systems, however, at this current stage are broken, not working as intended, or non-existent. Let's start with the most basic fundamental system, the flagging system. In short, if you attack someone who is not corrupt, i.e. red, you turn purple and are now flagged for PvP. Very simple. If you keep attacking a white or unflagged person and kill them, you will turn red and be corrupt, meaning anyone can attack you and not become flagged for PvP. If that person you attacked also flags, then both of you are purple and you can kill each other with no consequences. This system is basically the same as it was in Lineage 2, and it works. Sort of. Let's talk about problems with this basic system. How easy it is to go corrupt on accident. The number of people in my guild who have gone corrupt accidentally is very high compared to the ones who say, I'm going to kill this person and go corrupt on purpose. I think it stands at a 3-to-1 ratio of accidental to purposeful corruption. Currently, if a person is purple, they can turn off their PvP flag, and after a short time, they are no longer flagged for PvP. Within the last 10 seconds or so, their PvP symbol next to their nameplate will be flashing purple to white. In the heat of battle, or with lots of effects going off, it is easy to miss this flashing and get the killing blow when a person is white. People being people will also try to bait you into going corrupt by summoning a low hit point mount or having a low level character put protect on a combatant. If you kill the mount somehow when you're trying to hit a player, you are now corrupt. If you do damage to a person that has protection on them from a low level character who is not flagged, your damage will kill the low level and you will go corrupt. There are other ways to hurt people with this system that gets them killed without the player going corrupt. Like hitting someone fighting a mob, taking them to low life, and letting the mob finish them off. You can wipe a group by sleeping their cleric or healer at the right moment, and again letting the mobs finish them off. There are so many ways to troll this system. Many in my guilds who want to flag now refuse to do so because of negative experiences with the system. How do we fix all these differences? We want player-made friction in PvP, but it needs to be in a system that is not quite so abusable. For the mount issue, put in a checkbox in the combat options that would allow you to damage an unflagged mount. Next, don't allow Protect to affect players 10 levels higher than the person using Protect. The precise level difference would need to be studied. As for the lowering of people's health and letting the mob kill them, I'm not sure of the solution, except perhaps if a player has done X amount of damage to another player while fighting a mob, then the damaging player would go corrupt. Again, the precise numbers would have to be tested and studied. Of course, then other people will pull a mob onto them and hope a person will flag on them at some POI somewhere, creating a new problem. As for sleeping or otherwise taking out a healer at the right or wrong moment, I don't think there's an easy fix, and I don't think there should be one. We do want player friction after all. Is it frustrating? Sure, but it could lead to wars and other repercussions, hence PvX. A few other thoughts on the flagging system. Make it even more clear when a person is about to no longer be flagged. Perhaps their entire name flashing instead of just the flagging symbol next to their nameplate. We all know the current system is overtuned. When a corrupt player is killed, dropping up to 3 items is harsh and needs to be dialed back. Intrepid even knows this. When they do change the penalty, it'll be interesting to see how that affects player behavior. Hey, look at that. We have time for at least one more PvP system in the game. We're going to go with the Caravan system. This system, in many ways, has been the best PvP system in the current test. It has had its share of bugs, exploits, and problems, but the fights based around caravans have been the most engaging and fun in my experience. There are real stakes involved in a caravan fight. Elements that make this system good are the stakes. Making gold can boost your ability to get better items, and denying someone that ability sets them back along with destroying their caravan. After all, much of Ashes is a zero-sum game. Losing a caravan can make people rage quit or drop a guild. Taking a caravan and making money off of someone else's labor can feel great, and a well-fought battle at the end feels rewarding. I'm not going to cover all the bugs, exploits, and hacking that have revolved around caravans, since they have been, in theory, fixed. Instead, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of the system. In the plus column, it can be very fun, as I have already stated. It creates great player friction, has repercussions for the driver of the caravan and their guild, allows for PvP without experiencing death on death, major plus in my opinion, and lets guilds practice PvP without needing to drop guild or risk the flagging system. Now for the negatives. Not a system for a solo player. No incentive to defend a random caravan under attack. Too easy to kill the driver who can't fight back while driving, especially as a raft. Unfinished system, since none of the caravan's special abilities are in the game yet. Same with the road speed buffs for traveling on different road surfaces. At times, still buggy as all get out. Oh, and rather boring if you don't get attacked. Let's see if we can do anything about the negatives. When I say it is not a system for a solo player, it does not mean a solo player cannot run a successful caravan, or be a successful attacker of one. However, having a guild to help or friends to escort your caravan will be needed at some point. There is no way, or should there be a way, to make this system more solo friendly. This is a game with risk and reward, and the need for social ties. This is what makes the game fun. The next item on the list is no incentive to defend. This is an issue that goes back and forth depending on how aggressive the population of a server is on attacking caravans. Let's stick a pin in this problem, since I do have a possible solution. However, it would interact with other systems we have not yet covered. See what I did? Create a reason for you to watch my next video. Next problem. Too easy to kill the driver. Intrepid has added a defense buff to the driver, however it is not enough. Perhaps an additional slot, like the caravan armor, can be added, called driver armor, or other slots that could heal the driver that would be used like a consumable. Give the driver more things to do. other than just drive and die, or jump down from driving and die, depending on the situation, of course. An additional note in this area: it is way too easy for people to skimp jump across the water and keep up with a caravel, and they can jump onto the ship from the water without any special ability. This is wrong in so many ways. First, remove jumping while in the water, period. This would stop the skip jumping and could stop people from climbing the caravel from the water. I know we are not going for full realism. This is a game with magic and monsters after all. But when using systems from the real world, the details matter. There is no way a person could climb the side of a sailing ship while moving without help of a ladder or a line to hold on to. There is a reason people fell overboard and could not just hop back on board. Caravels should have an option to lower a ladder to allow people on board from the water, but if the driver/owner does not want to lower the ladder, there would not be a way to get on board except from another ship or perhaps flying fish mounts, the rogue grapple, or even a special grapple boarding gun that costs a bunch to make with limited uses, etc. If the vision for naval combat is cool ship battles, then you can't just have people swimming around in the water and jumping onto a ship and killing the people on board as easily as jumping onto a rock. At some point, I will cover naval stuff more thoroughly. After that rant, the only thing left to cover is the boredom of driving and escorting a caravan or ship. Solution: add a mini game for the participants that can give an added buff to the caravan while they are playing, like added speed or extra defense for 5 minutes. Better be a good minigame, by the way. Well, look at that, we have run out of time. We still have guild wars, node wars, sieges, lawless zones, and arenas to cover. Keep an eye out for part 2 of the PvP systems in Ashes, and until next time, I'll see you in Vera.